A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events in the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia, U.S. President Donald Trump has made headlines with his bold assertions regarding a potential peace deal. As the 94th day of his presidency unfolds, Trump claims that a resolution to the Ukraine war is very close, but his remarks have sparked controversy, particularly regarding the status of Crimea. Trump's comments came during a period of intense diplomatic engagement, with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance issuing a stark warning that the United States may walk away from negotiations if both parties fail to reach an agreement. The backdrop of these discussions is a series of downgraded talks taking place in Britain, involving envoys from Washington, Kiev, and European nations. While Trump has suggested that he is prepared to accept Russia's annexation of Crimea as a condition for peace, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky remains steadfast in his refusal to cede any territory, asserting that Crimea is an integral part of Ukraine. In a recent statement to journalists, Zelensky emphasized that recognizing Crimea as Russian territory would violate Ukraine's constitution. Trump's response to Zelensky's position was critical, labeling the Ukrainian leader's statements as inflammatory and counterproductive to achieving peace. He expressed frustration over Zelensky's unwillingness to compromise, stating, "It's inflammatory statements like Zelensky's that make it so difficult to settle this war." The former president's rhetoric highlights a growing tension between U.S. diplomatic efforts and Ukraine's national sovereignty. Trump further claimed that he is very close to a deal, urging Zelensky to realize the necessity of compromise. Meanwhile, Vance's comments in India underscored the urgency of the situation, as he reiterated that the U.S. has presented a clear proposal to both Russia and Ukraine. "It's time for them to either say yes, or for the United States to walk away from this process," Vance stated. "The stakes are high, and the implications of the U.S. stance on Crimea could have far-reaching consequences for Ukraine's territorial integrity and international law." While the Biden administration has been cautious in its approach, Trump's willingness to entertain recognition of Crimea as Russian territory raises questions about the future of U.S.-Ukraine relations. Zelensky's administration has consistently maintained that it is ready to negotiate, not ready to surrender, indicating a firm commitment to defending Ukraine's sovereignty. As the diplomatic clock ticks, the lack of progress in negotiations has prompted speculation about the U.S. strategy moving forward. Trump's comments regarding Crimea, coupled with the absence of any direct reference to Russian President Vladimir Putin, have fueled concerns that the U.S. may be leaning toward a more lenient stance on Russia's actions. The historical context of Crimea's annexation in 2014 looms large over the current discussions, with Trump attributing the loss of the peninsula to the previous administration's failures. His reference to President Barack Hussein Obama reveals a deeper frustration with past U.S. policies toward Russia. As the situation continues to develop, the international community watches closely, aware that the outcome of these negotiations could reshape the geopolitical landscape in Eastern Europe. With both sides entrenched in their positions, the path to peace remains fraught with challenges. The question remains, will Ukraine yield to pressure to concede Crimea, or will it stand firm in defense of its territorial integrity? As the world awaits a resolution, the stakes have never been higher for both Ukraine and the United States. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.